Welcome to part 2 of the playthrough of Rogue State. We'll start the second era, so we can get rid of these cards here. The first era. So we start, no other change, you just draw from different ones. So let's start with the first chit, see if we can get, let's say, I think there's 2 no events. One, collapse of the USSR, and then 1 research counter as well. So let's see what we get. Miniaturized warhead, which doesn't really affect us immediately because until we've got up to this area here, we can't get that technology. You can't get it until you've got that. So look what counter we've got. So DPRK markets conventional weapon systems for the third world. So straight away you can see the export market goes down 1. The end of step 2, optionally roll 1 6-sided dice. If the dice roll is less than or equal to the production level, the card is activated. Roll 1 6-sided dice again. If the dice roll is odd, the weapon shipment was interdicted, +1 to regional tensions. If it's even, gain resource counters from the circulation, 2 resources equal to the production level, which is 3, plus the dice roll. Might give that one a try. Now, recycle, I think means, let me just double check that it stays in play. Must be performed. It says the events must be performed, and then it says optionally roll, so it's just a one-off for this turn. I'm going to go for that. Well, let's see first. Let's see. So first of all, let's work out our resource counters. So we've got level 3 minister. Production level is level 3 as well, so it's 13 down here. So it's -1, so it's 12. I've got 12 counters to come in here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now I'm just thinking we've also got this counter. Activate at the end of step 2. Will they both say end of step 2? Because what I'm thinking is I could play that one. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong with this. It's both at the end, so I'm going to say I choose which one. I don't see why it should, but we can go with that. And if it's only +1 to regional tensions anyway, so no. So I'm going to leave it. Oh, one thing I did miss out: economic sanctions. When you're working out your counters, I'll just read it just to make sure. So you collect the resources. From the results in, so once you've got the amount, you also subtract the current value of economic sanctions, which is the estimated nuclear defence level -1. Now it's on 0. When you get to there, it's only 1. So it only starts to hit you when you get up to level 4, which I've not been to. I just thought I'd mention it. So let's go. Right, now we're on this. So we're going to do this. So we're going to So we want it to be less than or equal to 3, this dice roll. And it's a 4. so it's not going to be in play anyway. So we'll leave those. So that's going to be discounted at the end of the turn. I'm just checking it here. I'm just looking at this size. Yeah, no, it is discarded, sorry. Right, so natural disasters. We don't want a 1 or a 2. Let's see if we can have some better dice rolls with this one. That's alright. B. So we're at B here. So are we going to have a bit of our luck? As long as we don't roll a 1 or a 2, we're okay. And a 1. So again, we're in danger of revolution. The coup, we're not in a lot of danger of because we've got no ministers, because they're all new again. No ministers, so we're going to the 0 bracketed. So as long as it's not a 1, and it's a 9, so no coup this turn. Regional tensions are 3. And 3 is up here, so we need 6 or above. I've got an 8, so that's alright. So okay, we've got the revolution potential revolution. We can get rid of that easily. We now do the step that I keep missing out, is to adjust regional tensions. So they go down by up to 4. They then have potential demilitarized zone incident. So let's see what we're doing here. A 1, so it doesn't go up. But for the first time we've got ambient effects, and the ambient, oh no, sorry, we haven't, because the ambient effect is for the estimator, which they don't know we've got that yet. So as far as they're concerned, there's no problem with the nuclear weapons program at the moment. So now we allocate resources. So let's have 1 to here. Let's have, if I allocate 2 to oppression, it makes sure there's no revolution. Do we have a go at that, which we need a 14? No, I want to try and get this up. So let's keep the infrastructure going. In fact, let's do that as well. So we'll get it, because we're on this level, we can do it up to 2, so we'll get there. So we don't have a negative modifier due to the infrastructure each turn on the resource. Let's try and get, so we want 14. So we're going to allocate all the others. Oh, are we though? Because that could drop, because we need to score a 12 or 13 to make it. Do we accept we probably won't get that this turn? So I thought about increasing that, but then it costs 2 each turn and then 3. So let's do, see, we could end up, the problem with splitting it is you can end up with neither coming to, actually the loan I've done wrong as well, because the maximum loan now is only 6 more than your current limit. So I missed that out, so let's correct that. So the foreign debt limit should be 20. So that gives us 3, and then we'd still need to know 4. I'm going to put 5 there. And what we've got here, 3. We need 14. We've got more debt, but it's a risk because it might not even happen. I'm going to borrow 4. Debt's really starting to spiral a bit here. You can pay them back at any time. I mean, I'm hoping to pay them back near the end, because there's no benefit to But there's no disadvantage to having a debt, it's just at the end scoring. So that would mean we need 7 or more. Yeah, let's go for that. Okay. So we're not increasing that. This is going up by 2. Nuclear development. We're going to roll. We need 14 or more. All we've got going on to it is a 3. So we need an 11 or a 12 here to do any good. 7 now. So we haven't increased that. Check the military. We've got the 1 counter needed. Now we've got this. So we've got 5 resources plus 1. So we've got 6 as our modifier. And a 7, so it's 13, which is here. So we've kept it at B, which is okay. Russia-China relations. Regional tensions are 1, so as long as it's not a 1, we won't drop down further. Oh, I thought it was going to be then. 3. So let's stay at neutral, and now we're going to try and improve them. 4 plus 3, so it's 7. So with these two, we need 7 or higher. We've got 6. So we got 13. So we haven't improved tension. Haven't improved relations. That is everything. And then now we go to the events to resolve. The only one is this revolution, but we go 2 to the left because of these. 1, 2. Can't roll a 0, so we've avoided this. Now we move all these counters back to the check, ready for next turn. Right, now we try the nuclear. See whether the foreign powers discover that we've improved our nuclear capability. A 5. No, it's going to be a 1 or a 3. 1, 2 or 3 for that. Check the event card discard, so that card goes. Didn't really have any effect on us. We've still got these 2 in place. That stays in place because relations are neutral. And we haven't needed to use that yet. So let's leave that as it is. Decrease infrastructure by 1. No negative modifier on his next turn. Let's move the resources out. See if we can actually avoid the danger of revolution for once. I think we've had it every turn so far. It's ridiculous. Advanced cabinet ministers, so we're up to a skill level 4 for this one, a 2 for this one, 4 for this one, and a 4 for this one. Finally adjust the foreign debt limit, which I forgot to do last turn, but that's correct. So our foreign debt now is 18. The maximum loan is 6, so it's 24. And we advance the turn. You can, so we're to 88. Straight on. So let's see what we get this time. And there we've got the collapse of the Soviet Union. So that goes to there. And it means we apply these bottom ones now with the loans. There's a couple of other cards and things. I think just one of these. Yeah, this one no longer applies. Neutral or after collapse of Soviet Union. Now this is a bit of ambiguity here because on the player guide it says you check the event card discard conditions at the end of the turn. It doesn't say you apply it anymore. So I'm going to leave it because I think it doesn't say at any other point. I've had this with a couple of times and I've played it that it's as you follow the instructions. So that will be discarded at the end of the turn. I mean, it hasn't had any effect on the gameplay at the moment anyway. So So we've got that. Now let's turn the card over. Free market reforms. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea loosens restrictions on small private businesses. Exports down, as can be seen there, which is a bit of a hindrance. Activate at end of step 1 of any turn. -8 future points one time, but -2 to revolution trigger factors in step 3 of each turn. No deactivation. Do we activate it? So if we're going to activate it, we activate it. But it's -8. That's big. It's a big loss. No, I'm going to leave it for now. Ideally, I'm not going to use it. We keep it until we need to use it. And what I'm thinking is we'll use it if the social economy starts to spiral downwards, because it's not at the moment, so we're at B, so there's little chance for revolution, but that may change. So I'm not going to activate it this term, we'll keep it. Skill level 4, 15. No negative modifier, but we can only have 14. So that's a bit of a pain. So there's no way, if I'm right, I think there's no way we can improve this because it's external factors. So 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14. I'm actually wondering about purging that, because with that we're at a level where we're going to be higher than we need to be. It's not going to have any effect. And it also will raise that when you purge any lower skilled minister, increase by 1. I think we do that straight away if we do it. Yeah, and that will happen straight away. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put 1 there. So what that means is we now roll to reskill. Well, it's a new minister. He's been purged. Got rid of him. It's 5. So divided by 2, and then rounded up. So it's a 3. So it's still skill level 3, has it? But it also reduces the effects of a coup, but it increases this guy to level 3. Basically, you've seen that somebody's been taken out and he's no longer mentioned, so he's going to try harder. Now we're going to go on with the critical events. So natural disaster first. 9, so no critical event. Now revolution, we're at B, which is there. So as long as we don't roll a 1 or a 2, and I did have that card that I haven't used. 7, so finally there's no revolution. A coup, we've got 2 level 4s, and that's it. So we've got, which score 1 each, so that's 2. So that's the 2 bracketed number. So as long as we don't get 1 or a 2, and it's a 6. So no coup. Going too well, something's going to go wrong. Coalition, we're at level 1. So we don't want a 1, 2 or a 3. And again we've got a 6. You can see that in the shadow. So brilliant, finally. I'm wondering about the production level. Do I increase it even though I can't do anything? Do I do other things? Bearing in mind this affects your end score as well. This score plus that score multiplied by 5, take away 10, that's your base start. So it's ideal to get it as high up as it can. Do I try the military? So if I increase this, it's not going to have much effect on us at the moment because we've got these But if I increase that to level 2, it means I've got to pay an extra counter every turn. I think I'm going to do it. So I'm going to pay 2 to keep that as it is, so it goes up and down. I want to try and get this up as well, so let's try. I want diplomacy as well. What do I do? I'm not too bothered about the nuclear capability. We can't go for that yet until we're at level 3, so I want to try and get these relations. So let's whack some money. We need 1. Let's see how many we've got left at the end. So 5, 6. Bear in mind we need 14 or more here. 7. That'll be base score 9 with 2 dice to roll. So let's hope that's enough. Same here. It'd be nice to get 14 or 15. Got 3 plus 4. So we've got base score of 7. Let's have another one in at 8. Do I increase this? Bearing in mind we can do it once every turn. You can't jump from level 1 to level 3 in a turn. So if I want to get it up, I need to start doing it. So I'm going to put 1 there to move it up to level 2. I'm not going to do anything with regard to that. I might do that next. So I'm actually going to save these 2, which has to, I mean, I could take them off phone debt and then get them back, but no real advantage, disadvantage that, so I'll leave it as it is. In fact, there is a slight advantage, because if I drop it back, the difference of extra debt I could do in a turn is currently only 4. But if I've got that, and this makes sense, if I don't put it back to reduce the debt, I've got the 4 that I could use plus these 2 that haven't been used yet, so 6 in effect. I hope that makes sense. It did to me in my head. So now we've got regional tensions effect. So -4 dissipation, we're already on the lowest. Let's see if there's been any incidents this turn. 6, there's a house, so it goes up by 2. No ambient effects yet, because they still think we're down there. So that's the regional tension. So that means it's been purged. Infrastructure goes up 1, it will drop down again. Then nuclear development, we're still going to roll because we're on 4. So if we get a 10, we do move up to level 3. Oh, nearly. So we got 9, so not quite. Military, it goes up to level 2, which doesn't improve actually defence at the moment. You've got to go up to there, but let's say we're looking at end game now as well. We've got to get moving on that. Public services. 5, 6, 7, 8 is our base. Ooh, and a 3. So even though we've allocated all that, 9, 10, 11, we still drop down 1. Not a good roll. Let's see if we do a better one with Russian and China relations. First of all, we roll to see if it stays as it is or decreases. As long as it's not a 1, 2 or a 3. 10. So that's not affected. So now we roll to try and improve these relations. We've got 3, 4, 5 and 4 for his skill level. So we've got 9. No negotiation at the moment, which hits us. So we've got 9, we need 14 or above. That's better. So 9 plus 7, 16. Relations are back up to strong. That's interesting because... Oh no, collapse the Soviet Union, that card will still... So I'm tapping something off. The mutual aid treaty that we've had, I was thinking it means it doesn't apply. It would have to discard it, but we do because the Soviet Union has collapsed. So that is everything. There's no critical events to sort out this turn. So we now go back, always go back to Check positions. Make sure I don't miss anything. Nuclear audit, so we see if the West just found anything out about our nuclear capability. It's an 8, not 1, 2 or 3, so we're alright. Check event card. Discards, well we know that one's discarded. We've got these other 2. We can use that at any time. That one we don't want to use, but there's no harm in us just keeping it. Just to see. Now what we ideally need is a card with that foreign export figure on, so it goes to the right next turn. Decrease infrastructure. Bring it back down to where it was. Let's get rid of these resource counters back. We've still got the 2 that we've kept. That's those, and I think we do that's the cabinet ministers. He's back up to where he was before we purged the other guy. This guy goes up to 4. This guy goes up to 5. This guy goes up to 5 as well, so we're in a good position to possibly advance something with these 2. Right, and then finally just foreign debt. I keep knocking. Foreign debt, so we've got 18, we've actually improved, so we can have another 6, so it's 25, yeah, because the Soviet Union collapsed there, so it's 24. That's done. So that's as is, and then we advance the turn council into 1995 now. Let's get straight on. No event. I don't think there's any other events that are particularly effective on this. So that we've got that. I don't think there's anything else on there. So I think that's probably a no event marker. Card. Rogue state. Oh dear. Exports stay as they are. Western policy discourages North Korea through intensified opposition. In step 8. Now this is after the implement policies, if a coalition offensive may happen. A +1 adjustment factor applied to triggered coalition offensive while in effect. Threats will not provide a nuclear deterrence adjustment factor. We haven't got that at the moment anyway. Roll 1 die 6 at the end of 1 6-sided dice at the end of the turn. Discard when 1 to 3 is rolled. So each turn we'll roll 1 to 3 to see if we discard it. Also discard if strategic patience card is drawn while this card's in effect, and that's just an ongoing card, so that's in effect. Yeah, so I'm just wondering whether to try and use that to lower regional tensions to try and avoid the coalition offensive being triggered in the first place this turn. And it's not massively high, and it might go high later on. Decisions. Anyway, we don't need to check yet. No, we do. Let's see how many we've got. I think we're going to be on 14 because of this limit. Skill level 4. 15. That's 0. So 14. But we've also got those 2 already. So 2. 5. 10. Just do that quickly. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there you go. Critical. Do we lower these? Well, if it stays there, and we're gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna activate this. Then it'll be discarded. Lower regional tension. I'm going to lower regional tensions by 2. I'm going to put 2 counters there. In fact, I'm going to just discard them all, just for ease of. So they go back into circulation, and that goes by 2. And I'm going to discard access to end it. It won't have any effect on anything, but it just helps me remember things. So now we're on the critical events. Natural disaster. Nice. A 3, so we're okay. Revolution, we're now on C, which is here, so we need to avoid 3 or under. And a 10. So we're alright there, no effect. A coup, we've actually got 1, 2, 3.5, 5. So this is where sometimes it's good to purge, but we're going to risk it. Well, a 10. So we're okay. We need, as long as it was above a 5, we were alright, so no effect. Coalition. This is what we really don't want to know. We've managed to get down to 1, which is here. So again, we want 4 or above. And it's a 5. So we are alright. And then we get the chance to discard that for roll a 1, 2 or 3 at the end of the turn. So we've got no critical events happening this turn. Let's see what we do. Let's put some basic stuff in first that we need, and then we'll look at where we are. 2 of those. Now we can get the military up to level 3. I want to get this up. 4, 5. There's a few things I want to do here actually. 6, 7, 8. Base score of 8. I'm going to do that and hope that gets us 60. I want to try and get the nuclear development up as well this turn. And then possibly, if I do get it, I can purge him next turn as he moves up. Because we won't be able to develop anything next turn. So we've got 5. We need a 14. So we've got 5 plus these. 9. 10. Not really a lot of use for him unless when we rolled it drops down, so I end up keeping another counter again because I don't know if I want to increase the military yet, do I? No, let's hang on another turn, so I'm going to keep that resource counter for now. Oh, and again, I forgot to do the regional tensions, haven't I? So sorry, out of order. It won't affect anything. So it's on its lowest, so it doesn't go down any. 4 is a small incident. It goes up by 1. No ambient effects yet. So that one's done. Okay, so we're not increasing that. That goes back up. Nuclear development, so this one we want. We need this to happen, then I can purge that guy. 5 plus 5, so we've got a base score of 10, so we need 4. Oh, got it. So that goes up to there. This still works. Well, you'll see where this will affect us. Now on different things. It affects a slide on regional tensions each turn. Not this turn because we've already done it. But I forgot to do. Military stays at level 2. Social economy, 4 plus 4, so we've got a base score of 8. Going to roll 2 dice. Let's see how far. Please get a good score here. And we've got 18, double 5. That's brilliant. Can you see that double 5? So it goes up by 2, so we're at the highest level there. So that's good news. Again, we could possibly purge. No, but we still need to keep it at a decent level, so. Next is the Russia-China relations, where it's as long as we need to roll above that, above 2. And we do. So there's no diplomatic roll to make because we can't go for this yet. Because we are at level 3, so we've done it, but we couldn't. Now can we do it? Because we're not altering anything. Let me just double check whether I can decide now. Resolve diplomacy. If a foreign technology counter was placed in the technology sought area, which I didn't, I should have put that in there and I didn't. You can do it. Otherwise, the diplomacy resolution will be used to improve. So if Chinese relations had gone down, I could have used it, but because I didn't put it in there, I can't. So no, can't do that. So no diplomacy. So that is everything. There's no critical events to do. So we reset critical events. Do a nuclear audit role, which now we've moved up to. That could affect regional tensions as well. What we don't need is a 1, 2 or a 3, I think. Yeah. We haven't got that. So they still don't know we've got any nuclear capability here. We do actually have the ability to make threats. I've not done it yet because I think you need to be in a mess to do that. I think, although I may be doing it wrong, and maybe that's why I'm only getting adequate, even when I get to the end score, maybe that's why I'm only getting an adequate score. Who knows? Anyway, but we'll see. But at the moment, I'm not doing any, I haven't been doing any threats. Check the event card. So this one will be discarded if we roll a 1, 2 or a 3. And we haven't, so it's still in play. And this one stays, that's the one, the other card is the one that we don't want to use if we can help it, because we lose future points. So that's that done. Infrastructure, back down. Resource counters, back where they were. I have a fear of dropping them all over the place and knocking everything. And the ministers, that goes to 5. That goes to 5. That goes to 6, but there's nothing he can do next turn, so I'm going to purge him. And that goes to 6 as well, the diplomat. He can do something next turn, so I need to make use of him. I'll leave him as he is. Anyway, I'm jumping forward, aren't I, with that. Foreign debt, I don't think changes, because it's 6 on top of that. And we move on to the final turn in the second era. So let's take this, the last chit anyway for this, and I think it's the miniaturized warhead, but we've already got that, so there's no benefit to having 2. That's discarded. Final card. Prestige projects. Resources are redirected to showcase our greatness. Activate at step 6, which is the budget resources allocation, by applying 1 to 3 resource counters to this card. Then roll a 6-sided dice for each resource counter applied. Gain 3 chucha points for each even dice rolled. Mark chucha gained using the scale on the right using a discarded event card. So we get 3, 6 or 9. Or 0. But what is good, that increases, so that'll help us. So we don't have to decide that one till turn 6. I'll put it there actually so you can see it. Okay, how many resource counters do we get? Level 5. 16 minus 0. That's now 16. But, oh no, again, I always keep doing this. It's the estimate, not the actual, so nothing there. So we get 16 counters on top of the one we've got. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16. So a lot of counters to use this time. So we may be increasing a few things. See how we do. Now purging. I'm going to purge this guy. Tempted to purge him as well, even though it's going to cost us counters. No. So we're just going to purge this guy here. So what we do is he re-rolls. It's a 2, divide by 2, so it's a 1, so he starts at skill level 1. And that's because we can't go above this at the moment, so there's no benefit to having him there. There was no, I'm trying to think what he was now. Was he a 5? Or a 6? If it was 6, it increases those two, and I can't remember. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause it here. I'm going to play that bit back so I can double check. And then because we're halfway, then we'll start it and we'll go right through after that and finish the game. Okay? So I'll leave it there. Delicately poised. Last turn of the second era. And I'll double check what happens with this purge. And then come back. Okay, I'll be back very soon.